Josh from this season of 90 Day The Last Resort recently did an interview with another blogger, and he sat down and revealed a lot. So in this interview, he first touched on Jasmine and Gino. He was asked about what his thoughts were on Jasmine and her new boyfriend Matt. And he said that he actually learned from Gino that Jasmine went and spent 4 days at Disneyland with Matt 2 months before they had went to the resort. And I know they went to the resort in March of 2024. So that means that Jasmine went to Disneyland with Matt allegedly in January of last year. So all this BS that she's like, oh, I'm not going to try to have a sexual relationship with Matt unless Gino approves. That's all BS because they had already hooked up at that point. Josh was asked what were his thoughts on Matt, and he said that he thinks he's pretty much a scumbag. He says that he wants to fight him for Gino because he feels like what he did was super out of pocket and pretty much called him a homewrecker. And then he was asked if he's still with Natalie, which, I mean, come on, let's be honest. It seems like they aren't even together this season. It just seems like they're just trying to milk another season out of 90 Day. But he said, well, unfortunately, we're no longer together. He confirmed that not only is he not with Natalie, but he is allegedly dating another 90 Day Fiance cast member. He would not go into detail on who exactly it was, but he said that we will be finding out very soon. There's rumors coming out that we're supposed to be finding out at the tell-all. And since he announced that he's dating a 90 Day Fiance cast member, a lot of people have been trying to speculate who it possibly could be. So I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, who can this be? And in his interview, he revealed that he had become pretty close with Darcy and Stacy. He said he had even flew out to Miami several times to see them and hang out with them. And Josh did plenty of interviews with Stacy in the little Between the Sheets segments, and we all saw the way he was looking at Stacy. You could tell he was clearly very attracted to Stacy. It was continuously flirting with her at those little confessionals. So I'm like, okay, well, Darcy and Stacy are both taken, but we know Darcy and Georgie are always on and off, so maybe they got like some fight and then he met Darcy. That's what I was originally speculating. But people were thinking maybe it was Vanya from a former season of 90 Day Fiance. Some people didn't waste no time asking her, are you dating Josh? And she said, haha, I'm not. And a lot of people on Reddit were trying to speculate who else it could possibly be. I think I saw some people speculating it could be Chantel. Do you guys remember Elizabeth's sister, Jen? She was single. She's a very beautiful girl. Well, she recently did a Q&A on her Instagram story. So someone said, has TLC ever asked you to do the single life? Would you if asked? And she said they have not. Is that something that you guys would want to see? I don't know. I think just stay tuned perhaps. And the fact that she said stay tuned, that's telling me that she very well possibly could be who Josh is currently dating. Josh is following her, and they have allegedly known each other for some years now, which I did not know that. Screen Rant recently did an article revealing that. But honestly, they make sense together. I think they would be cute together. I just hope that Josh is actually really ready for a relationship this time instead of just stringing Jennifer along. Like, I hope he was just being like that with Natalie just because of Natalie's personality. But he did confirm that him and Natalie are officially done for good. He said that they are still friends, and even after, I guess, they broke up, they were still hooking up a little bit here and there. But he claims that he has moved on with his life. We're going to find out who he's with soon. And so it sounds like we will likely see Josh on the single life. I mean, that's not 100% confirmed, but I'm highly speculating that'll be the case. And then we're going to see Jasmine and Matt on the single life. And then there's rumors we're going to see Gino. And I wonder if Natalie's going to be returning for another season of the single life. Hell, at this point, it feels like most of the couples on this season, 90 Day The Last Resort, are not going to work. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a good chunk of them on this single life. And Josh said that he pretty much stuck by Natalie for so long, even though it was clear that they had a very toxic, I wouldn't even say relationship, because they weren't even like boyfriend and girlfriend, I guess like toxic dating life. He said that he stuck around her for so long because he felt like Natalie was just like this poor, defenseless foreigner in America that had nobody, and he felt bad for her. So he felt like without him that Natalie would have nobody else and just go without. But then he said he realized that Natalie's self-sufficient and it's not his job to take care of Natalie. I get where he's coming from, but she's not like completely helpless. She has her mother over here, and last I knew she was living with her mother. Michael was still helping like pay her rent last I knew, and she makes money from TLC. She's on, it seems like even if she's not going to come back for another season, it seems like they always find a way to incorporate her back in the 90 Day Fiance world. And she has modeling gigs, she does Cameo, she does OF, Unfiltered, she does numerous hustles, so I'm sure she's not struggling by any means. So Josh finally realized, look, it's not my responsibility, and he moved on with his life. And he also touched on his son's accident. He said that he was having a really hard time when he first came to the resort because his son just had this really bad accident before where his son ended up getting in this car wreck, and they said he only had a 5% chance of living, and somehow he made it through that, and he unfortunately ended up losing one of his legs from a result of this accident. I guess it came down to either he was going to lose his life or his leg, so he decided to lose his leg to try to save his life. And people came across the GoFundMe raising money for his son's accident, and the GoFundMe actually did very well. It raised over $34,000 of a $50,000 goal with over 604 donations. And it does not appear that Josh is the one who organized this fundraiser. It was somebody else. But a lot of people on Reddit are not feeling this. They feel like there should not be a GoFundMe for Josh's son because Josh is doing so well off financially. He's showing off that he has like this jet-setting life and acting like he has all this money. And people are saying that they feel like he's just another pretentious person acting like he's got money and like he's this big shot when he doesn't even have a pot to piss in. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just pure assumptions. You know, it does not appear that Josh is the one who started this GoFundMe, so I'm not going to knock him for this GoFundMe, but I do hope that Josh did at least donate a decent amount to his son, especially after all this money he's acting like he has. I mean, he acts like he can go to Miami several times throughout the year to see Darcy and Stacy. He spends thousands on these 90-day bad boy music videos because I know they're not cheap. Like, I know he's friends with the guy who films these videos, but you gotta hire this guy to film these videos, to travel with them, because I mean they be doing these music videos in different locations. Like, I know they just did a music video recently in California with Kimberly. They did one in Vegas. So it costs money to be traveling all these places, and then the editing and the time that comes along with all of it. Like, it's not something that just takes a couple minutes to do. These are things that take hours to edit, these little 1-2 minute long videos that we be seeing on social media. I'm glad people did show up and show out on his GoFundMe, and I hope Josh did the same for his son. But that is pretty much it for this video, guys. Let me know who you guys think Josh is dating in the comments below. Are you surprised him and Natalie are broken up? I'm like honestly a little surprised, even though it's not shocking, just because it seemed like he was going to keep her around as long as possible, as long as she was still on the 90 Day Fiance franchise. But now it looks like Natalie's going to have to find her a new man. She don't got Mike, she don't got Josh, so she's going to have to find herself a new victim. But that is it for this video, guys. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.